Okay.
So, and the whole point of my thing is like for it to look new. So I don't know if like I did too less or too little, or if it was just fine.
Gotcha. So let me just really quick Google stainless steel oven. All right. Because I feel like usually stainless steel appliances end up having like brushed textures on them. Let me find ones like actually real. Why are these all like these are all not good pictures. No. What about? See, these are all like renders of ovens. All right. Well, this has been incredibly unhelpful. I'm going to click on this microwave. I feel like most of the time they always, like the stainless steel appliances I'm used to seeing will have like a very slight brush texture for it.
I did like make a brushed metal.
God damn, this is horrible. Okay. I'm not quite sure I see that showing up.
Okay.
I definitely think like the grates and stuff inside the oven definitely look nicer. But yeah, so I might try to make that brush texture a little bit more noticeable. Yeah. And then how new is this oven?
Like for like my like space, it was like something brand new, like New York style. Like,
Right.
I could add like some like with the mixer, like some I guess like on the corners somewhere. But
Yeah, or maybe not where, but I was thinking stuff like, even if you're not like a super disgusting person who like gets food all over their oven the first time you use it, like there might be some fingerprints or smudges on it from like if you're,
handle or whatever.
yeah, like on the handle or like from installation where they're, doing stuff, or like maybe some smudgies on the handles, stuff like that would be nice to see. Because this does feel right now like, it feels like an architectural rendering of like, what a kitchen could be, which is like totally viable as a thing. There's like definitely careers built around that. I think it might be nice to see, yeah, maybe like a little bit more. Nothing. It doesn't have to be like super crazy, but I would definitely.
Like really subtle.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think like fingerprints and smudges would be good. One thing you could even consider doing to make it look not more used per se, but like you could use an end cloth and drape like a little towel or something hanging here, and like that would give it a little more personality.
Okay.
But yeah, so I mean, I think stuff like that.
I just have like the stove as well. It's just kind of the same thing, but you just have like a stove top on it.
Yeah. I think the other thing that might be good is to have some like markings here.
Okay.
Because like right now there's no indication of like which burner this is for or like any object about like low, high, etc. So that would be nice to see as well, I think. And then also, it looks like the burners aren't here in any of these renders.
Oh, for the oven?
Yeah, I can see. I mean, as you see in your computer, you have them.
Oh no, this is for the stove. That's the oven. There's two. It's
Oh.
a separate oven by itself.
Ha. Good point. Okay, sorry. My bad. Okay, yeah, so then I was going to say, it feels weird. I was looking at this as if it was an oven, and I was like, or a stove, and I was like, oh, it feels weird that there's like 4 burners and 3 knobs.
Yeah.
But that's not relevant, so cool. But yeah, so I mean, I think pretty much that comment applies to both this and the oven. One thing you could also consider doing is deciding like, if a person actually has like lived here for, some time, like which appliance do they use more? Like, do they bake more stuff or do they stove more stuff? And then make that one like slightly more or less used looking depending on their cooking preferences. But yeah. Did you have any other questions or?
No, that's
Cool.
It's kind of like a little something.
Yeah. No, like new appliances are always weird to texture in my opinion. One thing that would be really funny is like a lot of times if you get new appliances, they'll have that like film covering, like protective film coating on them, and you can. Not that I like recommend this per se in like a high, but I was like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if there's like a little scrap of that film sticking out of somewhere? All right, cool. Anyone else want to look at their projects? Cool. Thank you. Thanks. Let's see. All right. So, did you have any specific questions or just wanting feedback?
I have a question. I have like a slight seam at the top.
Okay.
Because it was like a mask and, the head shape.
Yes. Where am I going?
Yours doesn't like
Gotcha. So like this one?
Yeah, that was fine.
Yo, that looks nice. Yo, the roughness map that you have around here totally reads. All right, sorry. All right, so you had actual questions.
At the top of the head, I was getting like some sort of seam like issue. I guess it's not that noticeable in that render, like on the projector. But
Yeah.
on the screen, it felt more noticeable.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, let me throw this into Maya really quick and see if I can get off like a render of the top of the head. It could just be it might just oh god. Most deeply uncomfortable thing ever. All right, let me set my project really quick. I wish Maya would just like kind of know where you wanted your project to be set. I don't know. All right. Gas mask set. You will pull in these textures, so help me. All right. I fully expect this to be a strange render. All right. So where is this?
it's just like right down the middle. I don't know.
Okay.
I felt like it was more noticeable.
I barely notice anything at all, honestly. I do, there's like maybe a little bit, but like I feel like that's kind of believable almost.
Okay.
Just because of, I don't know, I mean, it seems like a place where a seam might actually be. Let me check out your source images real quick.
Yeah, okay. So like in my source images, they're, I don't know. Oh, I don't know if I actually, they're in this folder. They might not have been.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But there is kind of like a seam down, like see, like I have those other ridges. There's kind of like a ridge down the middle also, but it was really hard to get it
Right.
with like where it splits.
Yep. All right, Liam?
Yeah.
Cool, thanks. All right, 5 seconds. All right. So like here?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's like another seam down the middle, but I just couldn't like, I don't know, map it correctly.
Yeah, let me. So I mean, based on your UVs, it seems like, or based on your textures, it looks like your UVs are just sort of split straight down the face.
Yeah.
So you were trying to add another seam like right along here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's split, it was really hard.
Right. Yeah, so looking at your UVs here, hello. Ah, I see. It seems, yeah, that would be like a weird place. I almost wonder, I mean, not that it's probably not like crazy relevant now. You definitely could go in something like Mudbox and it would just sort of like deal with that for you.
Right.
But I almost wonder what would happen if, like if I knew I needed a seam going straight down the center, you could even consider maybe doing something like this, where you sew these together and then just like cut down the sides of the eyes, and that would help sort of relieve the pressure on those UVs, theoretically. So this is probably gonna be real janky. Yep, what part of the head is this? All right. All right, what the heck? I'm just gonna cut that there. All right. But I mean, okay, I've just destroyed that beyond all recognition. Basically, I was just gonna say, you know, I don't think it makes all that much sense to do it right now. Like, honestly, I think your texture holds up really nicely even without that little seam in the middle. But in the future, if you needed that, you could always like add some more seams, you know, on the side of the head or something like that. It's kind of just like a misshapen sphere, so you could just sort of like flay the little edges differently so that, you know, you could just draw straight down that line. Alternately, so is it like one of those areas where there would just be like basically like a little seam as if like two pieces of cloth were like sewn in kind of meeting with like a little bump here?
Yeah, it's like it's pretty much identical to the bumps that are there on either side.
Okay,
Around the eyes and stuff. It's just another one.
gotcha. Yeah, that does seem like it'd be super annoying to add down the center. Honestly, for this, I'd probably just leave it be. I think this looks reasonable in terms of like where the seams are and stuff. But yeah. I think the weathering and stuff on this is really nice, and I like this like sort of leathery texture you've added to this. It's a nice touch as well. But yeah, did you have any other questions or?
No, it's just basically that.
Cool. Oh, nice cracked glass here. That's cool. I just noticed that. Anyway, all right. Anyone else want to look at their projects? Cool. Lauren, thank you. Where am I going? All right. All right. So, did you have any specific questions or?
Yeah, I did.
Cool.
It's kind of, yeah, so I don't know if this is possible. I was trying to do it.
Mm?
I wanted to get specific sections of I was trying to procedural texture and I wanted to get specific sections to be a silver metal
Okay.
and it wasn't working. I didn't know if there was a way to if I could pick that out.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, so I can see this is like totally, I can see definitely how you use procedural texturing in here. I still love this object. It's so weird. All right, yeah, so let me take a look at your My file, but normally if that's, like the case where I wanted like specific areas of highlight, I would just like make that texture and then basically use a file map and an extra mix node to just like throw that in specific areas.
Okay, file map?
Yeah, so like for the mix node, instead of using, like the AI curvature or whatever, you would just use like a specific file texture.
Okay, so make it in Photoshop?
Yeah. Or Mudbox even would probably be even easier. But yeah, and then if you needed, so like usually what I end up doing, at least in Redshift, if you're doing Chrome and you want like specific areas of like mushed off Chrome and then just like sort of a generic procedural texture, you can use a mix node and basically like layer the scratches on top of the other Chrome kind of thing, and it just takes an extra mix node. It's kind of awkward and annoying, but that's usually how I would do that. Yeah. Any other questions? Cool. This is like so terrifying, but like so cool. Something about like the parallaxing, or not parallaxing, but like how the eyes are slightly bugged out is like very satisfying to me. All right, cool. Anyone else want to look at their stuff? All right. If that's the case, I might just pull one random file and then just go on to other things. All right. Oh my god. All right. Last call before I pick a random project. Just gonna randomly select this one. Happens to have the initials SD. I got a request, technically, sort of. Alright. I'm not gonna lie, now I'm also just like curious why you were so interested in looking at this. As long as it's not like a creepy pillow, I'm happy. No, that was my other class. Yo. Anyway, someone made me pull up, just for the backstory for that random aside, someone had like one of those creepy anime body pillows, and they made me pull that up in class for the texturing aside, or it was horrifying. Anyway, but no, I mean, I like this hat a lot. I think the chains and stuff look really nice. It was Kirito from SAO. That's what made it weirder. I did at least appreciate the fact that they were like mostly like it wasn't like a completely naked anime person, which was like slightly less creepy. I don't know. Why have I gone on this tangent? Anyway, sorry. So I do like what you've done a lot with like the draping of the chains and stuff. Like that looks really nice. And I like this little, is this a little needle here? Is this like little, there's like a little black line here that to me.
Oh, it's a little like super rustic.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I just can't see it from this angle.
Yeah.
Either way, it looks, even if it's a needle, I think that's cool. But how did you end up draping the chains? Because they turned out really nicely. Yes.
It's nerves and just kind of saw how
Fair.
what it looked right.
Gotcha. No, they came out really nice. And it seems like some of the texturing or like some of the lighting is like a little bit dark over here. And it seems like maybe there could be like a few more roughness maps and stuff, but I think like the overall base textures and stuff you have, and like the chain. I'm gonna keep coming back to the chain because like draping this kind of stuff is super annoying, but like this looks really nice. And I also I think I commented on this like the first time I saw the model, but like I like that you took the time to actually like take this little chain or like little jump ring thing and actually turn it so it looks like it's sitting in that gear. Yeah, I think this looks pretty cool. I think if we keep working on it, maybe again, just sort of like punch some of the textures up a little bit. Like it feels, especially like the chain should be slightly shinier, even if like parts are like super rusted and gross. It feels maybe too matte overall, but I think like aesthetic-wise, it's pretty cool looking. Yeah, cool. All right. Cool. Anyone, last call for looking at people's projects? All right.
I have a general question.
Yes.
Is there a way to like layer like a bunch of shaders without like a million mix nodes? I like.
Use Redshift and you can combine 7 together automatically? Not that I'm aware of in Arnold, honestly. I think it's just like a silly convoluted thing where that's just like how you do it.
If you theoretically want to put blood on an object, or ketchup, or fake blood, or like something that's like, it's for LARPing,
I see.
specifically. It's just like one of the things that I had trouble with was like maybe have a sword, and I was putting rust on the sword,
Right.
like with the curvature node and Redshift.
Yeah.
But like it kept mixing rather than like staying apart, and I was like, Rust, you're becoming the metal. This is not supposed to happen. But
Weird.
with Redshifts like many layers, do you just like put on like another like shader, and you're like,
Yeah.
blood, which in this case is scary.
So pretty much more or less the same thing, I think. Let me really quick actually install Redshift. But so Redshift, yeah, you can add in like 7 different materials into the one shader. There's also 7 different mix nodes in there. So maybe we just get like the texture was getting plugged into the wrong one kind of thing. I do that all the time.
And also, how do you like if you were to put in like ketchup or blood as like maybe like the 5th layer or something?
Yeah.
How do you map that to specifically be on one portion of the UV? If
Um,
that makes sense.
Yeah, I'd probably just throw it into like Mudbox and like doodle a map on it or something. Like just start with all black and then wherever you wanted blood, just like go in and draw in the white and then export that and you could use that as a map. But basically just use a file texture that you made in Photoshop or similar. That makes sense?
Yes. it
Cool.
does.
Yes. All right. Any other questions? All right, cool.